Well, good morning, morning, one and all. A very early Sunday morning. Rusty B from the West Ham Network. If you're new and here, give it a like, give it a comment, give it a share, give it a bloody good subscribe. Outside the London Stadium, ahead of the West Ham versus Nottingham Forest game. And yeah, it's a bit rainy, so not going to be a long one today. I'm going to do a bit of a walk and talk, so I don't get too wet. I'm going to put my hood on to look like Yoda. But anyway, hope everybody's safe and well. Hope everyone had a lovely Saturday. For those watching, James, good morning to you, stateside. 8 p.m. USA, so 8 a.m. Central Time. So that's 9 p.m. for us, for those of us, those people on the East Coast. You're on the USA Network. Thank you very much. If we lose this match, then surely Moyes has to go. David's gone straight in there. Straight in there. That didn't even lube me up, mate. You went straight in there. The opportunity for him to be let go is there, because obviously with the international break, but I can't see it happening. I genuinely can't see it happening straight away. I was looking at some stats the other day actually, and I appreciate it was under a different manager, but Alan Pardew lost 8 in a row before he was sacked, and I think, but then conversely, I think under the Sullivan Gold era, I think it was Avram Grant, 3 or 4 games in a row. He never got to the famous 5 or 6 game rule, whatever it is. So anything can happen in the Premier League. We know that. So we'll have to see. Moyes has to go, but won't go. Well, that's not Moyes' fault, is it? That's the trouble for me. It was like, Moyes, just resign. Why? Because you don't get a payout. So at the end of the day, he's in the ideal opportunity to stay there, and if they want him gone, they have to sack him and pay severance. So that's business. That's business. So it's not his fault. Let's go down to international break. Looking at another week. Hopefully, I am wrong. I totally agree. Obviously, we go to another international break, and if we lose, I think we can drop to 16th today. So it wouldn't be good. They certainly didn't. I called 15th by Christmas on Hammer's Chat 3 to 4 weeks ago. Can't believe I could be right. FFS, for flip's sake. Very true. Very true. But conversely, I think if we win, we could go to 8th or 9th. We'd top half again, wouldn't we, if we win? Burnley after the break, who have lost all their games this season. We come bearing gifts. We know, Pete, innit? We know. When any time that stat comes up, or that stat with Neil Mopai, for example, and you knew enter West Ham. That's literally how it should. That's how the stat should happen. Burnley have lost all their home games. Enter West Ham. Particularly Josh Cullen having to go as well. I've got a bad feeling about this. I think no one is confident when we play at the moment. Morning, ladders. Rust the monk, indeed. But it is a bit rainy. It is a bit rainy today. Don't forget to wear your poppies if you go to the game. Obviously, it's Remembrance Day. We'll have to do Remembrance. The parade of ex-armed forces. We'll have the bugalists doing the last post and stuff. We do. That's one thing we do well. I think West Ham. We do a good Remembrance Day thing. And I always look forward to these days because it's a great opportunity to say thank you to those who served for our country and maybe lost their lives or injured. So it's a great opportunity to do it. They've got I put it up on my Twitter. They've got the poppy with the on the stadium. So that always makes me tear up these games, just because to see the respect that a lot of the older, they get the British Legion guys out and people like that, and just the respect they have, with all their badges and what they must have seen. It does really puts into perspective really as well, particularly when you've got a football match immediately afterwards. But yes, make sure if you're coming today, make sure you put your poppy on. Mine's on my pass, so I don't lose it. That's the worst thing, would be to lose my poppy today. We had Greg on Friday from Forza Garibaldi, and he weren't too confident because last time we spoke to him when we had London Stadium last time, he was for 70 minutes they were very good, and then we turned up for 20 minutes and put four past them. But I don't think that naivety is there anymore with them. They're a Premier League side now. They are a naive side now. So I think for me, it all depends who's fit for them and who's not. We know that probably Zuma's not going to be fit. So I think, well, I don't know. I don't know how we'll start the side up, to be perfectly honest. There's so many different things in play. I just don't know whether we'll start the side. I don't know how we're going to. Sorry, let me just do this quick. Oh, sorry, let me just make sure my Wi-Fi's turned off. Now that's better. Yeah, I just don't know how we're all going to be lined up more than anything, to be honest. But it's whether he's going to go with Antonio, whether he's not. I just do not know. I haven't got much of a clue to. Oh, I'm back. Do apologise. So just this little bit round here, it always goes a bit funny for some reason. The old. But what do you think? Do you think Antonio's going to start today? Realistically, do you think he's going to go with a similar side to the side that played at similar side that played at Akos game? Is he going to go persist with the Bowen up front? I don't know. I genuinely do not know how we're going to be lined up. For me personally, it would be playing the same, so almost identical to the same lineup we played against. But obviously with Ario the going in goal. But apparently most of them are very similar. So, yeah, strange one today. It's a strange atmosphere always these Remembrance games as well, and that Olympiacos game was such a strange game in that I think it was someone, I think it might be Crofty from Formula One. It was such a weird game because we never looked like losing the game, but we never looked like scoring the game either. Very bizarre, very, very strange thing. The fact that no one's messaged me means you're probably, the old internet's probably up. No, I should be right. Wow, great figures. Let me know in the comments, guys. Let's get some comments going. It's very early. I appreciate your thoughts are about the team select. Let me just reset this quickly. There we go. I'm back. Sorry. Oh wow, loads of comments have all come in now. They've all flown in. Squaddy, do I get free membership? Sorry, Ralph. We can't do it. Maybe someone might gift it to you. Let's say we get a decent referee. The team know how important today is, and knowing we can't play for 2 weeks, give us the determination. Now the comments are coming in. We had things so easy in comparison to previous generations. That's what's happened elsewhere in the world. I totally agree. Nice cut to win riding on the question of our West Ham fan positivity. You know it. Put the Wi-Fi back on. I know. Happy Emirates on our way. Good to see you. At least the 18's got winning ways. 5-1, yeah, indeed. Sorry about that. If Antonio starts, let's see. Beast mode. See you later. Don't forget play record for me. What record, Dogsy? Let me know what record. Antonio will start. I say, boys, we'll play babies. His babies. Antonio Suchek. Hope I'm wrong. Yeah. I think not the Olympiacos lineup, but the lineup today will show you a lot about what he's going to be looking to do going forward. Nearly time for the view of the Canary Wharf. It is indeed. It's Sunday. Get back to your bed. I wish, Tim. Unfortunately, not going to happen. Dodzy, Russ, indeed. We don't have a pattern to play. Be the same old. Antonio, big up top, ball greedy. Basically, yeah. But sometimes I'm in favour when you play against players play against the sides they used to play for. And obviously, Antonio, we bought him from Nottingham Forest. So, but then to be honest, now they're so used to play with a big like Antonio's type lump as in training with Teo Wani, so they're used to it now. Now we know that potentially Chris Woods, although he's down as doubtful or ruled out for the game, he did return to full team training this week, and so did Divock Origi. I think both won't play, but they have, as talking to Greg yesterday. Yeah, what we got here? I've just touched the like button halfway around the world. Take care. Thank you very much. Give us a thumbs up. Indeed, I'm here getting wet just for you guys. Hope for a better performance. Why can't VAR? They'll pre-order their food instead of ordering it whilst match is on. Right, let's go through it. Irons for life, my lineup. Ariola, Tilo Kira, interesting. Dino, again, Emerson, Alvarez, Paqueta. Yeah. I think, definitely Obama will get a start. I know we'd like to see that, but I don't think he will get a start. Coaching must be so poor that we have no team fluidity. It's up to individual skills of one or two. Anything less than 3 points, Moyes needs to be gone. What we've got, I honestly believe Moyes doesn't know what team to pick. Do you know what? I think there might be something in that, Ralph, to be honest. I think it's so difficult, I think, because, it's like he has one side of him, he really wants to play the likes of Antonio, really wants to, because he's generals, they're the people he knows. But then you've got, this system he played against Olympiacos, for me, was really interesting. But there was no, you just didn't necessarily know what was happening. That makes sense, because people were just moving. And that's great for, the opposition in terms of, they get, the opposition don't know who to pick up and they change positions and do that. But the trouble is, as well, is sometimes we don't know what's happening. And so, if we don't know, then the players are probably in a similar vein. So it's a strange whole sort of Bowen, Kudus, Paqueta, sort of dynamic was really strange the other day. I just didn't know who was in which position. They get some changing positions as well. Do what Tim suggests. Don't usually agree with what Tim says, but smash the likes. Indeed, if we lose some Moyes, Russ, you should play Walk the Dinosaur. Then I'd be sacked in the morning. I think it would work with Aged and Zuma. Mavs on the right wing. What do you mean right back? Left wing, pacing up those sides. But I think by all accounts, Zuma won't be fit for the game. That's the only one that Moyes alluded to, saying obviously, the press conference was at 9:30, so on the Friday, so it was me. He hadn't turned up for training or anything, so he wasn't too sure about that one. I don't think, with the international break, don't think it's worth risking Zuma. I think Mav is more than good enough and quick enough and dynamic enough. And that's the thing, I like them two as a pairing. Mav and Aged, I do. They've got something about them. They've got a very sort of modern sense about pairing. Do you know what I mean? They're very, what's the word? Dynamic. There's, where Zuma, I can see Zuma as being a bit of a blocker, old school defender. Mav's very different. He's definitely 6'4", very mobile. Got a very mobile set pair of centre halves who can drop a shoulder if they need to. They can go for a pass. They can play it simple. They can play it across. But if they need to, they can drop a shoulder and have a go with it. Do you know what I mean? I agree with the other comments. I think it'll be the same old. Good evening from Australia. Good evening to you, sir. Right, let's go for a few more comments. Oh my God, loads of comments. We will once again have players on the bench with no chance of going on. We would also like to see Cornet starting if Bum starts. That'd be Cornet. If we go one up, we would do the same. Sit back and defend instead of going for a second, said Peter. Apostologhi did well again, didn't he? The weekend. So Spursy. Just need a win. If so be, he should be gone by the end of the season. Well, we know that obviously TalkSport revealed early on this week that he wasn't going to be offered, but he's unlikely to be offered a new deal at West Ham. And that sort of is the rhetoric, I think, I don't agree with it being put out publicly, but by all accounts, according to some people, it was done to appease a lot of the fans and a lot of the players, and also a lot of the youth team players whose parents, lower down in the 15s and 16s, who are very bright futures, but they're worried that with Moyes in charge, apparently so. If you believe that, it's always what we heard. Gives Olympiacos the early cards, change Moyes' tactics. Yes, I agree. I agree totally. It was a great shout, Bill. Didn't think about that at all. But yeah, the early, because although, as I said on Friday, the likes of Alvarez, he had something like he was one of the top 2 or top 3 midfielders in the Eredivisie with progressive ball carries. So he's in his locker, but I'd prefer him just to sit in front of the back four, particularly today. Just sit in front of the back four and just take Morgan Gibbs out. We'll win today. Usual suspects. Good morning to you. There's some 3 points. Could see Moyes out. No, to be honest, Cyberpunk, I don't even think if we lose, he's out today. I think, as I said, although there's all this rubbish about the 6-game rule in play, I think genuinely he does have that. It's not, I wouldn't say it's been reset with the Olympiacos game and the Arsenal game, but in the league, I think that's where it is. If you lose 5 or 6, where it is, league wins, league games on the bounce, I think any manager, regardless of its Moyes, regardless of its Pochettino, even Postecoglou, the pressure's going to be on the senior execs in that side, to that team, to look at making a change, because it's all about stopping the rot. We've got enough games, and as I said, we know the board are unlikely to sack managers in season. They've done it a couple of times. Bilic, they did it with Pellegrini, but they didn't do it with Zola. Didn't do it with Avram Grant. They didn't do it with. That's it, innit? That's it, I think. They did it with Moyes first time after he kept them up. So I think they've got someone lined up in the summer. Hence the reason why someone like Jared Bowen signed a 7-year deal. Hence why, we're looking to try and secure Umbama for another deal. Hence why they put this statement out for the weekend and the week about Moyes. I think there's someone lined up in the summer. Who it is, I don't know. Roy hate the Spurs. Nothing but a win. No wings, hopefully. Umbama sub 3-1. That'd be nice. Just flings players on the pitch and hopes that he does his best. Sticks to the usual suspects. And training flings on players who haven't trained with them at all. There's no way we should get beat by Forest. If we do, we'll display our progression. Forest were very good the other week against our Aston Villa, who are the media darlings at the moment, and they lost to them pretty comprehensively on last week. Forest were very good. That was their best performance, according to Greg. So Forest were a different side than they were when we played them here last time. And even that, don't forget, we won 4-0, but for 70 minutes it was 0-0. So they're coming into a bit of form. They've got some good players in. I ain't going to be a foregone conclusion at all. Do you think Kudus is droppable? Because a lot of cover, because he covers a lot for us. I don't think he's droppable. I think he's in the side now, and he will stay in the side unless for injury. Now, just got a feeling it's going to be a clean sheet. Well, who knows? There'll be 2 clean sheets in a row. First time ever this season, and our 4th clean sheet in all, and our 2nd in the Premier League after Sheffield United. Patman and Underlay to both get booked guaranteed. Lost 1-0 this fixture last season. Been smashed them 4-0. Well, we lost 1-0 at City Ground, but smashed them 4-0 here. But it was only for that 20 minutes of madness. Mags needs to command the box like Dorse used to. I still think that's one of Areola's poor points. He's got a lot of good points, but I think commanding the box for someone who's 6'4", he doesn't physically impose himself as much as I would like to. Russ, why are you there early? Do you work for the club? Yes, I do. Clean sheets and messy pillowcases. Dawson was amazing yesterday. Had a great game for Wolves again. They're loving him over there. Nervous for this game. How surprising. Let me do this. It's easier. Let me just do this. That's bad. How surprising. Nice to see call the team. Not very often. Not sure we'll see Obama. There's not many 18-year-olds in the Prem apparently. Very moving. Remember show on Beeb last night. Yeah, it was Peter. I do love the Remembrance nights, the days here. I always do. Morning Hammers I'm late on the parade. Unbelievable. Doesn't even know he's 19. I'm sure that boy's under 25 is a youth team player. Whoever bosses the midfield will win. Same as every game, though, isn't it, Pete? I think. Why do you respect Moyes? Why do you suspect Moyes receives soft touch in the media or press during P and Qs? I think every manager has quite easy press conferences. Because I think any time they don't, they'll get blackballed. I think he has a. I think the thing is, Tim. I think we live in the bubble. And well, I mean, classic example is when we had Greg on yesterday on Friday, the Nottingham Forest fan. He was so competent. He was so complimentary about West Ham. He was like, I would die. I would bite your hand off to win a cup, and now you win the championship, and now you're an established side, and so they see it from the outside in, and they're looking at it from above and thinking, actually, West Ham, we're as I said, if you look at they'll look at the stats. They'll say, 6th place or 7th place, not great last season, but we won a cup, first cup we won in 43 years. They, so they stabilised the club and or that type of thing. We're not a yo-yo side anymore, and I think we don't see that. We don't see that. We see the results and the next game and the performances. And I think that's a disparity between even the fan base internally. But when you talk to the media or when you talk to anyone else about West Ham, who's not a West Ham fan, they'll go, "Yeah, you're doing all right, aren't you? Moyes is steadying the ship and da da da." And I think that's the truth. But we don't see it because we're in the bubble. When was the last time we excited and looked forward to after just watching one previously? I'll tell you, when Jack the Ripper years, it feels like. Well, there we go. So it's not just under Moyes, is it? Then surely it's if we lose, it's perfect time. So always is the perfect time, but it would never happen, mate. I don't think it will happen. Right, a few more questions, a few more notes, and I've got to go. Busy day today. Good morning from a wet Anglesey, or good morning from a wet Stratford. Be a tough game, as started to find a decent one. Always do, Fred. Every side does when they play us. Agree, but what always happens, Moyes gets that one win before the interest break and the ball back in to turn it around. Well, there we go. And that's what happens, Hammers Mikey. And again, that doesn't rest. That's not Moyes'. I think people go, "Oh, Moyes, you got to go." And as I said, why would he leave and lose millions of pounds of severance? It's not his decision. Project is what Moyes Bowen talked about. Exciting times ahead. It's probably a young manager for lots of people like youngsters. Rush is out. It's a little reckless. Too many yellow cards. It's part of his game, isn't it? He's a very combative midfielder. As I said, he's got seven bookings in 14 games, and it's a side I think he has to learn. But the thing is, you don't want to lose that passion. So I think partly also it's up to West Ham to make sure we've got adequate cover for when he does get suspended, because he will get suspended. Mo, hope you're well. He's on his 7th. Yeah, I mean, he's got a few as well. Would anyone go for Mourinho? That was the talk. Mourinho to come in the summer. But if everyone's pissed off at Moyes ball, Mourinho comes in. It's the same. It's for me. It's just the Pellegrini whole idea again. It's not the right one. Always plays the way even training Tim is a hard player. I think Mose would be good. Experience in winning trophies. We've won a trophy though, Mo. Was a young manager experience when we employed him. You're right, Mark. Unfortunately, that was many years ago. When it doesn't. When nowadays, very rare you'll get an experienced manager coming in. Very rarely. Unless they're absolutely top notch. I mean, De Zerbi, for example, comes to mind. I mean, that was a, Graham Potter. But again, that's from the same club, and it's. I think he's going to strike a balance. I think Alonso's. I mean, as much as I'd love, I think, him to come in as the next manager. I just think he's got bigger fish to fry. I'll be honest. Will Still, I think, is an option. I really do. But again, not experienced. And a risk. Everything you do is a risk. If you twist or stick, it's a risk, isn't it? I would be interested in Will Still. Jose plays defensive football. Yeah, they didn't like it at all. God, everyone's talking to each other. What we got here? Matchday, Morning Beverage is a pitbull midfield. Mentioned previously, if we sack him, the compensation would be recruited by the high league. It would be indeed, but again, people don't see that on the internet. And that high league position is a gamble, isn't it? As much as you think you could bring in a new manager and they would immediately improve the side, you'll get the initial bounce because you always do. But for some managers, they actually, the league position doesn't improve, and actually, so you could, and then it's like, well, why lose all the money? Yeah, again, I'm just thinking from a perspective. Why sack and then lose compensation and risk? Although it'd be recouped, you still be at zero. So say they say 5 million quid and you get 5 million quid more for 5 more places or whatever, you're still at zero. So you might as well keep it and do 3 possessions lower and you'll be on £3 million. So, and I totally agree with what you're saying. Totally agree. Barn will not start. He won't. People were talking about bringing Gary O'Neill. Gary O'Neill was sacked from Bournemouth for playing boring, pragmatic football. So people want Gary O'Neill in. That was one of the reasons why Bournemouth sacked him. That was the reason that he kept them up, but he sacked them because they wanted a progressive manager and brought in Irani from Real Vallecano. So no, and we know that for a fact because the Brighton man told us. Bournemouth man, I was right in front of. Was it Deserve? I think his reputation goes before him. Anyway, I've got to go, peeps. We're going busy day today, so keep it on the channel. We're starting 11 shows and all that type of stuff. And until next time, don't forget to stay safe, stay warm, stay humble, keep the faith, my friends. Come on, you eyes. Let's get 3 points today, and then enjoy the international break. Yeah. Much love. Don't forget, if you want some beer, beer52.com/West Ham. Beer52.com/West Ham. If you put that URL in, you'll get a free case of 8 exclusive beers. Just cover the postage packaging of £5.95 and you get 6 cracking craft beers, or whether you want dark beer or light beer, plus snacks. Really good. It's really good. And I had a few of them the other day, so I really enjoyed them. So take care, stay safe, stay warm, be like Ralph. Don't forget to hit the like button, everybody, and I'll see you guys very soon. Take care. Bye.